the 45th president of the United States got impeached. Well, you guys might be cheering, but when Democrats in the House tried to cheer last night, Nancy Pelosi shut it down real fast.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi maintaining control of her caucus with a glance and a gesture alone at one point yesterday.
On this vote, the yeas are 230, the nays are 197, present is 1. Article 1 is adopted. The question.
Damn. Nancy didn't want to hear any gloating last night. She killed that celebration quick. Did you see that? That kind of look would send a champagne cork back into the bottle. That's how intense that was. It was like, poof, whoop. But while the Democrats were impeaching, the impeachee himself was holding a rally in Michigan. And he wants everyone to know that he's totally okay with being impeached.
It doesn't really feel like we're being impeached, do you? That's why, you know, with Richard Nixon, I just see it as a very dark era. Very dark, you don't even like to think. I don't know about you, but I'm having a good time. It's crazy.
Aww. Poor Trump, man. He just became the third president in history to get impeached. And you see what's happening. He's trying to convince everyone that it doesn't bother him. You know, he's just like, it doesn't even feel like we got impeached. Like, yeah, no, not we. You got impeached. There's no we. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like when you were a kid and then you wiped out on your bike in front of all your friends, but then you got up and you had to play it cool. And your friend's like, hey man, are you okay? You're like, yeah, that wasn't nothing. I did it on purpose because I thought it would be funny. And your friend is like, dude, I can see the white stuff under your skin. You're like, yeah, I'm going home. So Trump really wants people to think that impeachment is no big deal to him. But he also wants you to think it was a travesty.
I'm the first person to ever get impeached, and there's no crime. I feel guilty. You know what they call it? Impeachment light. It's impeachment light. You know what they have done? They've cheapened the impeachment process. And now, anybody that becomes president, I mean, they could have a phone call, and they get impeached.
Okay, first of all, impeachment light. There's no impeachment light, okay? Impeachment is like herpes. You either have it or you don't. Oh, don't worry, baby. This is just some dad herpes right here. And also, I like how he says everyone who becomes president from now on can get impeached for having a phone call. Obviously, what Trump said on the phone call with Ukraine is what matters, not the fact that he just made a call. Like, Trump's either being disingenuous or he took completely the wrong lesson from this whole thing. Because this would be like OJ going, all right, fine, I'll learn my lesson. I won't wear gloves anymore. Although part of me thinks that Trump is just setting up an excuse for not calling Eric on his birthday. That's what he's just doing. I'm sorry, Eric, I just can't call you. I can't risk another impeachment. But you said it was impeachment light. Still too risky, boy, too risky. So look, man, Donald Trump can try and act like he doesn't care about impeachment. But you cannot deny that this is a bad way for him to end the year. So here at The Daily Show, we thought with this being our final show of 2019, we would do the president a solid and focus on one of his major achievements of this year, inventing an incredible array of new words.
I know words. I have the best words.
He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge.
Heart, lung, and liver transplants. And to delegitimize.
Made a pivotal, really, and I mean this was pivotal. Heroin alone, if you look at the heroin epidemic.
To fully reauthorize the 9/11 victims. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. We must seek real bipartisan solutions.
As bad as it is, it meant something.
In all 50 states to immediately waive all applicable state taxes. Americans of all walks of life rose up. And we used to have radio for years, like, I think radio.
You know, we just set another stock market. You saw that, right? The stock market.
On January 23rd, Venezuela's by Venezuelans. Venezuelans.
I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings.
You've really put a big investment in our country. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
More than 2,000 years ago, a brilliant star shone in the east. Wise men traveled far, far afield. And then they announced there was no buys, no.
You know what? To improve this country and the government.
I have the best words. But there's no better word than stupid.
Can't wait to see what he comes up with next year.